The Young and the Restless spoilers, New Year's Eve chaos, how Matt's revenge unfolds. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates tease that Matt Clark, also known as Mitch Bacall, Roger Howarth, might just make a dramatic comeback on New Year's Eve. Could we witness some unexpected chaos at midnight for the Newman family during what should have been a joyous celebration? Victor has taken all of Matt's control and left him bankrupt. Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, has taken control of the shadow room from Matt, leaving him in a dire financial situation. With everything he once had now lost, Matt is resolute in his quest to regain his former status by seeking out some surprising leverage against the Newman family. It's clear that Matt will be making his way to Genoa City in the near future. However, the spoilers for Y&R also indicate that the Newmans are likely to enjoy a peaceful Christmas. Victor and Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, are set to experience a touching lesson about the spirit of the holiday season, suggesting that some heartwarming moments are on the horizon for the Newman family. The calm before the storm? This moment should act as the tranquil pause before the tempest that Matt has vowed to unleash. With Christmas hopefully going smoothly, it might be wise to consider the upcoming holiday as the perfect opportunity for Matt to retaliate. New Year's Eve appears to be an ideal moment for Matt to initiate the next wave of chaos. Fans will remember that the show presented some outrageous events during New Year's Eve in 2024. That was the occasion when Ian Ward, Ray Wise, drugged Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks, while Jordan, Colleen Zank, chloroformed Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, as part of a sinister kidnapping scheme. Perhaps the CBS soap will continue the trend of chaotic New Year's Eves. Perhaps Y&R will continue the trend of chaos erupting on New Year's Eve by having Matt set his sights on the Newmans during the last night of 2025. It seems logical for Matt to make daring moves while everyone is preoccupied with celebrations. If Matt plans to execute some kidnappings or even rig some explosive devices, this could be his golden opportunity to put those plans into action. Regardless of the specifics, the countdown to midnight might very well transform into a countdown to further turmoil caused by Matt this year. The Young and the Restless spoilers indicate that Matt will arrive back in Genoa City bearing grim news, so be sure to stay tuned for updates on all his nefarious schemes. Today's shocking news of the Young and the Restless spoilers. New Year's Eve chaos. The countdown to catastrophe. How Matt Clark's vengeance unfolds and shatters the Newman dynasty. The holiday season in Genoa City is rarely about peace on earth. But this year, the celebration of a new beginning will instead become the countdown to total chaos. Forget the sparkling champagne and the midnight kisses. The Young and the Restless is setting the stage for a New Year's Eve event so explosively dark that the fallout will leave the Newman family irrevocably changed and the city reeling. We have scoured the latest insider whispers and connecting the pieces of Matt Clark's chilling vow of revenge. What we've uncovered isn't just a spoiler, it's a warning. The villain, who clawed his way back from the grave, is about to unleash a plot that will make his past crimes look like child's play. The ghost of Christmas past and New Year's future. Fans will recall the intense, multi-week confrontation that saw Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, travel to Los Angeles to rescue his grandson, Noah Lucas Adams, from the clutches of Mitch Bacall, who was revealed to be none other than the Newman family's old tormentor, Matt Clark, Roger Howarth. Matt's plan to mentally torture Nick, Joshua Morrow, and Sharon Case, crumbled under the weight of the mustache's fury and the technological might of Kane's stolen AI program. Victor didn't just beat Matt, he annihilated him. He wiped out his aliases, his money, and his life, leaving him with nothing but a burning, visceral hatred. The last we saw of Matt, he was a man unhinged, screaming threats into the empty Los Angeles air. Now, sources confirm the inevitable. Matt Clark is coming back to Genoa City, and his revenge is timed for the most vulnerable moment of the year, the Newman family's exclusive New Year's Eve gala. This isn't just about a one-off confrontation. Matt's long, dark history with Sharon and Nick, a history that includes assault, psychological terror, and faking his own death to frame Nick, proves he is a master of the slow, agonizing burn. But this time, Matt has been cornered by the great Victor Newman himself. Cornered animals are the most dangerous, and this plot is designed to destroy Victor's greatest legacy, his family. The anatomy of a catastrophe, Matt's multi-pronged attack. Matt Clark understands the Newmans better than anyone. He knows that Nick is Sharon's Achilles heel, that Noah is the product of their greatest love, and that Victor's pride is his kingdom, Newman Enterprises. His New Year's Eve plot will be a perfect storm hitting all three pillars. Phase 1. The digital deception target. Victor's power. Victor may have thought he neutered Matt by deploying Kane's AI against his financial shell companies. But what if Matt found a way to not only reverse the attack, but to weaponize the technology against its current master? The latest whispers suggest Matt has an unknown, powerful ally, a tech ghost more formidable than even Kane Ashby. This ally could be someone new, or perhaps a returning villain like Trisha Dennison, Sabrin Jennett, Matt's former accomplice who also went after Nick. The shock. As the clock ticks down to midnight, a massive technical glitch hits Newman Enterprises' global systems. All the company's financial data, personal emails, and proprietary secrets are flashed across the massive digital screens at the New Year's Eve gala. Imagine Victor, surrounded by the world's most elite investors, watching his empire's secrets, including his latest corporate war strategy against Jack and Jabot, spilled in real time. This public humiliation, this loss of control, would be the ultimate blow to the Newman patriarch. Phase 2. The emotional endgame target. Nick and Sharon. For Matt, revenge on Nick and Sharon is personal. It's about the obsessive connection he holds to Sharon and the deep-seated rivalry with Nick that spans 3 decades. With Noah safe, Matt needs a new way to inflict maximum, irreparable emotional damage. The horror, New Year's Eve, is a night of reflection and hope. What if Matt uses this night to unearth a secret so devastating it shatters Nick and Sharon's renewed trust? The Sienna trap. Matt's wife, Sienna, was last seen escaping with Noah. Spoilers hint that Matt is obsessed with Sienna's betrayal. What if Matt has forced Sienna, who may be more manipulative than she appears, to return to Genoa City? She could appear at the party, not as an ally, but as a compromised, desperate pawn. Matt could use a hidden feed to force Sienna to make a false, terrifying confession, perhaps alleging that Nick was complicit in the LA scheme all along, or that Sharon was the one who lured her away from Matt, turning Nick and Sharon's heroic rescue into a web of self-serving lies. A dark reveal. The most chilling possibility is a personal attack. What if Matt's return is tied to a secret about the one person they would never expect? A dark secret about Noah's past, a transgression or a hidden child from his time away, that Matt now holds and threatens to expose to the world as the midnight ball drops. The Newmans would be forced to choose between the safety of one child and the protection of their entire family's reputation. The New Year's Eve gala a hostage situation? Soap operas save their most dramatic, high-stakes plots for their biggest event episodes. The New Year's Eve gala, set in the grand ballroom of the Genoa City Athletic Club, or perhaps a newly acquired Newman property, provides the perfect backdrop for a physical confrontation. The climax, picture the scene. The room is packed with all of Genoa City's elite. Victor and Nikki Melody Thomas Scott are hosting. Adam, Mark Grossman, and Chelsea Melissa Claire Egan are trying to keep a low profile, and Jack, Peter Bergman, and Diane, Susan Walters, are watching the Newman Abbott corporate scoreboard. Suddenly, the house lights go out, the massive screens go static, and a distorted voice echoes through the room. Happy New Year, Newman. You lose. Matt Clark makes his entrance, not creeping in, but walking in with deadly intent. He's not here to steal, he's here to destroy. The three-way showdown. Victor versus Matt. The power struggle Victor will naturally charge. But the Matt Clark of today is not the panicked criminal of 2001. He is a man who knows he has nothing left to lose. What if Matt reveals he is wearing a bomb vest? Or, more true to his psychological warfare, What if he holds a remote that will trigger the total collapse of the Newman building? Not with an explosion, but with a structural failure timed precisely to midnight? Victor will be forced to choose between physical confrontation and saving the lives of everyone in the room, sacrificing his pride for his family's survival. Nick versus Matt, the old guard. This is the rivalry that started it all. Nick will bypass Victor and go straight for Matt, fueled by decades of hatred and Matt's latest attack on Noah. The spoilers hint at a brutal, hand-to-hand fight between the two men. It's not just a fight for survival, it's a fight for Sharon's soul. Will Nick finally finish what he started over 20 years ago, or will Matt's new level of desperation give him a terrifying advantage? Sharon's trauma. Sharon's reaction will be the most critical part of the entire evening. Seeing Matt Clark in the flesh again, especially in a hostile confrontation with Nick, will undoubtedly trigger her deepest trauma. Will she freeze? Will she finally break? Or will she tap into the strength she's gained over the years and become the one to end Matt's reign of terror once and for all? Imagine Sharon, armed with a cocktail glass or a weaponized object, confronting her attacker in a moment of sheer, raw power. The fallout. Who won't survive the new year? The most shocking rumor is that not everyone will make it to the New Year's Day hangover. The tension in Genoa City has been building for too long, and a confrontation this intense is guaranteed to claim a victim. The red herring. It's too easy to assume Matt Clark is the casualty. While his exit is strongly implied, a body count is a soap opera staple for a holiday event. The unthinkable Newman. What if Matt, in his final, desperate act, lashes out and mortally wounds one of Victor's children? Adam, who has been trying to prove his loyalty, could step in front of a blow meant for Victor, leading to a tragic, heroic death that finally redeems him in his father's eyes. Or perhaps Nick, who has been the primary target for decades, is forced into a life-or-death scenario that leaves him fighting for his life in a coma, a classic soap cliffhanger. The unexpected victim. Our deepest theory centers on Sienna, Matt's wife. If she is indeed caught in the crossfire, her death could be the ultimate tragic end. It would provide the necessary legal grounds for Matt's capture, a murder charge, while simultaneously leaving Noah guilt-ridden and shattered over the loss of the woman he loved. A final emotional blow to the Newmans orchestrated by Matt, even from behind bars. New alliances from the ashes. The chaos of New Year's Eve will also forge new, unexpected alliances. Jack and Victor. The common enemy of corporate chaos might force Jack and Victor into a temporary truce. If Matt's digital plot exposes both Newman Enterprises and Jabot's vulnerabilities, the two moguls may have to join forces to save their respective kingdoms. Audra and Noah. With Audra's confrontation with Claire reaching a fever pitch, she may seek solace and an ally in Noah. A near-death experience can be a powerful aphrodisiac, and running into a newly rescued Noah could ignite a fiery, dangerous new romance, especially with his father. Nick, potentially indisposed. The final word. The Young and the Restless is gearing up for a New Year's Eve unlike any other. This is not just a holiday party. It's the culmination of 3 decades of dark history, corporate espionage, and a villain's ultimate, unhinged quest for revenge. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Thursday, December 11th, Sharon vs. Sienna, Holden's Deal, Lily's 180. The Young and the Restless spoilers are in for Thursday, December 11th, 2025. In tomorrow's episode, fans can expect Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, to issue a warning to Sienna Bacall, Tamara Braun. Holden Novak, Nathan Owens, makes a deal with Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver. Plus, Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, has a change of heart. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Make sure to check out our weekly YNR spoilers here. Sharon Newman's Claws. Let's start off with Sharon, who has been left alone with Sienna. While Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, and Noah Newman, Lucas Adams, are laying traps, Sharon wants answers from Sienna. Sharon doesn't want her son mixed up in any of Sienna's bad business again. The mother might also be concerned about the age difference. Plus, does Sienna truly love Noah, Or was he just supposed to be a toy? I just wonder because of Sienna blowing up over her losing everything because of Victor Newman's, Eric Braeden, attack on Matt Clark, Roger Howarth. In any case, Sharon wants to make some things very clear to the woman. Sienna might insist that this is true love. Sharon might tell Sienna about Noah's past heartbreak with Audra. It would be interesting if Sienna told Sharon she knows some things about the brunette. It could be what bonds them. Holden Novak's deal. Meanwhile, Audra meets up with Holden. The brunette offers him some sort of deal. Does this have to do with Holden and Audra's secret? Holden already told Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron, part of the story, but not all of it. Claire already sensed he wasn't being totally honest, and doesn't want that kind of dynamic. So, what kind of deal will Audra have for Holden? Lily Winter's change of heart. The Young and the Restless spoilers for tomorrow's episode reveal that Lily is beginning to have a change of heart about Kane. Even though she knows Kane was intimate with Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, she starts to do a 180. In a preview clip, Lily tells Kane that the Abbott Communications launch party is going to be tedious and boring. However, Kane promises it will be fun if they attend together. With how much bouncing Kane is doing between plans, business attacks, and women, does he even know what or who he really wants? Even though Kane seems to hate Phyllis, he's also drawn to her, so stay tuned. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most on Thursday, December 11th, 2025? Today's shocking news, The Young and the Restless spoilers, Thursday, December 11th. Genoa City explodes. Sharon goes Mama Bear. A risky pact is formed, and Lily's jaw-dropping 180. Thursday, December 11th, marks a seismic shift in Genoa City as long-simmering tensions finally boil over and unexpected alliances are forged in the shadows. The drama is at an all-time high as Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, confronts a dangerous newcomer, Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver, makes a desperate and mysterious deal with Holden, Nathan Owens, and Lily Winter's Crystal Khalil, leaves everyone, especially Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, reeling with a complete reversal of her stance. Forget what you thought you knew about these storylines. Today, the playing field is changing. Confrontation. Sharon versus Sienna, the Mama Bear unleashed. The most volatile showdown of the day is undoubtedly the clash between the fiercely protective Sharon Newman and the enigmatic Sienna Bacall, Tamara Braun. Sienna's sudden arrival in Genoa City and her increasingly intimate relationship with Sharon's son, Noah Newman, Lucas Adams, has set off every alarm in Sharon's maternal instinct. Given Noah's recent near-death experience tied to Sienna's estranged husband, Matt Clark, Roger Howarth, Sharon has every reason to be suspicious. Sharon's interrogation. What are your intentions? For weeks, Sharon has watched from the sidelines, trying to gauge whether Sienna is a genuine victim seeking refuge or a calculating manipulator dragging Noah into a web of danger. Today, the gloves come off. Spoilers confirm that Sharon will initiate a direct confrontation, cornering Sienna to demand the truth. This won't be a polite chat over coffee. This is Sharon in full Mama Bear mode, ready to protect her child at all costs. She is going to press Sienna hard on several key issues. The marriage status. Sienna is still legally married to the dangerous Matt Clark. Sharon needs to know if Sienna is truly broken free from him or if she's just buying time and using Noah as a shield. The danger factor. Is Sienna a magnet for trouble? Sharon will point-blank ask if Sienna's presence puts the entire Newman family at risk, especially after the latest threats. Intentions for Noah. Sharon will demand to know the true nature of Sienna's feelings. Is it love, gratitude, or simply convenience? Sharon understands obsession and emotional manipulation better than anyone in Genoa City, and she will be looking for any signs that Sienna is exploiting her son's heroic nature. Sienna's defense, truth or deception. How Sienna responds will dictate the course of this dangerous new dynamic. Will she stand firm, explaining that Noah is the only person who has shown her kindness, and that she genuinely fears her estranged husband? Or will she falter under Sharon's intense gaze, revealing a deeper, possibly more complicated agenda? The drama hinges on the possibility that Sienna is hiding something. Could she be connected to Matt's business dealings, or even worse, part of a larger plot against the Newman family? Sharon is not easily fooled, and her gut feeling, a historically accurate barometer in Genoa City, suggests that this woman is trouble. This confrontation is the first shot fired in a war for Noah's heart and safety, and the fallout will be immediate and intense. The secret alliance. Audra and Holden strike a risky deal. Meanwhile, across town, a more corporate, yet equally dangerous, negotiation is taking place between two unexpected parties: the ambitious, corner-cutting Audra Charles and the recently returned, morally ambiguous Holden, Nathan Owens. Holden's shift in strategy. For a time, Holden was firmly allied with Claire Grace, Haley Aaron, seemingly sharing a common goal: protecting the family from what they perceived as Audra's corrosive influence. However, their alliance has cooled. Audra, ever the master manipulator, has clearly found a pressure point, a piece of leverage she can use against Holden. Spoilers reveal that Audra strikes an unexpected deal with Holden, forcing them to find common ground. This deal is almost certainly rooted in their shadowy past, a past they have both worked hard to keep buried. The deal's dark implications. Why would Holden, who is so vocal about his distrust of Audra, suddenly agree to a pact? Mutual protection. The most likely scenario is that Audra is aware of a significant secret involving Holden, perhaps a shady business transaction, a moral compromise, or even something more personal, and she is threatening to expose it. The deal would be a non-disclosure agreement with benefits, ensuring both their silence. Targeting a common foe. Another possibility is that the deal is designed to take down a mutual enemy. Could they be uniting against Claire, who remains a complication for Audra's position at Newman Media? Or perhaps it connects back to Matt Clark, who seems to have connections to everyone in town. A power grab. Audra is constantly seeking to climb the corporate ladder. The deal might involve Holden using his influence to help her secure a more powerful position, perhaps at the expense of someone like Kyle Abbott, Michael Mueller, or Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic. The sheer fact that Audra and Holden are aligning is shocking news. Their past connection is already a loaded gun, and this new agreement has just pulled the trigger. This clandestine alliance means a new, powerful, and potentially ruthless force is taking shape in Genoa City. The big reversal. Lily's jaw-dropping 180 on Kane. Perhaps the most emotional and long-awaited moment of the day involves Lily Winters and the man who broke her heart, Kane Ashby. Since his dramatic return, Kane has been trying, with limited success, to make amends with Lily, who has kept him at arm's length. She's maintained a firm stance. Forgiveness for their children's sake, but no reunion and no romantic hope. Softening the stance. The dynamic between them has been fraught with accusations, especially regarding his recent business dealings and his connection to Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford. Lily's anger was palpable, fueled by past hurts. However, Thursday's spoilers confirm an incredible turn of events. Lily has a change of heart and softens toward Kane. This is not a minor shift. It is a Lily 180. What could have caused such a complete reversal after weeks of stone-cold rejection? Fallen hero. As spoilers suggest, Lily may be softening precisely because Kane has lost everything: his company, his millions, and his AI program. A theory suggests that Lily is drawn to the loser, or the underdog, feeling a greater sense of duty and protection when he's down. This taps into her deep-seated desire to nurture and fix the men she loves. Kane's vulnerability. Kane has been relentlessly pursuing her, expressing his regret and his desire to reunite their family. His newfound vulnerability, stripped of his business hubris and wealth, may finally be breaking through Lily's defenses. The launch party invitation. The change of heart comes right before the Abbott Communications launch party. Kane desperately wants them to attend together, side by side as a united front. Lily's softening suggests she may be seriously considering saying yes to the public display of unity. The ramifications for Lane. A change of heart, does not immediately equal full forgiveness or a marriage proposal, but it is a massive step. It throws the Lane reunion firmly back onto the table. It means Kane's persistence has paid off, and Lily is finally opening the door she slammed shut long ago. What about Billy? This shift instantly complicates Lily's relationship with Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson. If Lily is reconsidering her feelings for Kane, her co-parenting and co-CEO partnership with Billy could become incredibly strained. Billy, who has his own complicated history with Kane, will not take this well. Phyllis's role. This sudden thaw will undoubtedly infuriate Phyllis, who has her own agenda with Kane and has been enjoying the friction between the former spouses. This stunning turn of events promises a dramatic build-up to the launch party. Will Lily allow Kane back into her life? Or is this just a temporary moment of weakness that she'll soon regret? Genoa City is holding its breath. The final tally, high-stakes day ahead. Thursday, December 11th, is not a day for quiet contemplation in Genoa City. It is a day of definitive action and irreversible choices. Sharon Stand. She makes her distrust of Sienna abundantly clear, putting her right in the middle of Noah's romantic life and a dangerous situation involving Matt Clark. The risky deal. Audra and Holden's alliance, born of a dark secret, creates a new power duo in town that threatens to expose and dismantle established relationships and corporate structures. Lily's reversal. Her softening toward Kane reopens the Lane door, promising a complicated and emotional reunion that will certainly impact Billy and Phyllis. Hold on to your seats, because the consequences of these three shocking developments will be playing out for weeks to come, ensuring The Young and the Restless remains the most must-see drama on daytime television. Today's shocking news, the end of an era. Victor seizes all control, leaving Matt Clark utterly bankrupt. Genoa City, CA, the ruthless world of high-stakes business and personal vendettas, was rocked to its core today as one of the most explosive confrontations in recent memory reached its catastrophic conclusion. In a move that few dared to predict, the legendary Titan Victor Newman has delivered a devastating, career-ending blow to his longtime rival, Matt Clark, seizing full operational control of Matt's entire empire and leaving the disgraced mogul with absolutely nothing. The financial wreckage is unprecedented. Sources confirm that Matt Clark is now officially bankrupt. The Los Angeles showdown, a trap sprung. For weeks, the shadow war between the two men had been escalating, centered around Matt Clark's deeply personal and terrifying vendetta against the Newman family. Clark's return, initially under the alias Mitch Bacall, was a calculated move to inflict maximum psychological and financial damage. However, he drastically underestimated the reach and sheer strategic genius of Victor Newman. The culmination of this feud took place not in Genoa City, but in a tense, off-the-books showdown in Los Angeles. While Matt believed he was orchestrating the ultimate downfall of Nick and Sharon Newman, and in the process, threatening the fragile peace of the entire family, Victor was merely allowing the leash to extend. Victor didn't just walk into a confrontation. He walked into the trap he set himself, stated a source close to the Newman security detail. Matt had used a sophisticated, almost untraceable digital attack system, believing he had the upper hand. What he didn't know was that Victor had already gained access to a powerful, advanced AI program, the very weapon he needed to turn the tables. The digital annihilation, a zero-sum game. The moment Victor confronted Matt, the game transitioned from psychological warfare to an all-out, hyper-efficient digital siege. The specifics of the operation are still emerging, but industry analysts are reeling from the speed and totality of the financial collapse. Using the stolen AI technology, Victor systematically targeted every critical node of Matt Clark's operation. This wasn't a hostile takeover. It was a digital annihilation. Asset freeze and liquidation. Within hours, Victor's team leveraged the AI to bypass security protocols, initiate margin calls across Matt's investment portfolios, and force the immediate sale of controlling stakes in Clark's primary holding companies. The fire sale was so rapid and severe that the remaining equity, was rendered worthless. Exposure of illicit funds. Crucially, the AI didn't just dismantle Matt's legitimate assets. It uncovered a web of offshore shell corporations and illicit funding, exposing his entire operation to international law enforcement and financial regulators. Total loss of control. By the end of the day, every server, every digital deed, and every financial instrument tied to Matt Clark's name was either under the direct control of Newman Enterprises or seized by government agencies. Matt Clark is not just broke, he is radioactive, commented renowned financial journalist Evelyn Reed on a special news broadcast. Victor Newman didn't just take his money. He erased his entire financial identity. This is perhaps the most brutal business maneuver we have ever witnessed. A stark reminder that in Victor's world, family always comes first, and the price of going against him is absolute ruin. The human cost, a family restored. The immediate fallout extends beyond the balance sheet. This decisive move by Victor was instrumental in securing the safety of Nick and Sharon's son, Noah Newman, who had been perilously caught in Matt's schemes. The emotional relief felt by the Newman family is palpable, even as they grapple with the sheer scale of Victor's actions. The news has sent shockwaves through Genoa City and Wall Street alike. Competitors are nervously reviewing their own digital defenses, and allies of the Newman family are breathing a collective sigh of relief. This incident serves as a chilling, definitive warning to anyone who dares to cross the path of the mustache. Victor Newman remains the undisputed master of his domain. As for Matt Clark, his current whereabouts are unknown, though authorities are actively pursuing his full arrest following the exposure of his illegal activities. He is now a fugitive, stripped of his fortune, his power, and his freedom. The era of Matt Clark's vendetta has ended not with a whimper, but with the deafening crash of a completely bankrupt empire. The new question on everyone's mind is, who will be Victor's next target, and how long before Matt attempts a resurgence?